SunTrust Bank is a familiar name, of course, across Atlanta, but the name will soon go away.
Yeah, that's right. SunTrust and BB&T announcing today that they're merging to form the sixth largest U.S. bank. The new, yet-to-be-named bank's headquarters will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, but both sides are pledging to keep major operations in their current homes of Atlanta and Winston-Salem. And we have been receiving a lot of questions about this merger today.
Joe Hankey is in the newsroom with answers. Considering our ballpark has this name on it, a lot of people are curious about what happens next, Joe.
And Cheryl, that's one of the top questions we got about the ballpark. But from customers who currently bank with either side of this merger to people who are worried about bank employees, we're hearing your questions of how this might impact Atlanta. We digged into some of those questions today to hopefully give context to this $66 billion merger.
BB&T and SunTrust are coming together in a merger of equals.
The CEOs of SunTrust and BB&T announced the merger this morning and said their new bank will have a split board of directors, half from SunTrust, half from BB&T. If approved, the deal is expected to close late this year, and the new bank would reach approximately 10 million U.S. homes. On social media, you are posting and asking about your bank account, jobs, and why these two are even merging. We turn to Emory Business School finance lecturer Kevin Crowley.
It's been 10 years since we saw anything close to this scale.
Crowley has taught at Emory for a decade, focusing on mergers, acquisitions, and investment banking. Bobby gave us this broad question on our Facebook page. Wonder what this means to customers. Crowley says for customers, it should be business as usual, but with perhaps eventually more services.
I think one thing that the bank is going to be very precise about is making sure that they manage this in a way that the customers stay with them and are happy. That the last thing that they would want is customers going to Wells Fargo or JP Morgan or someplace like that.
Francis posted this statement: if you are not employed in a customer contact sales position, start looking for another job. When asked about jobs, Crowley says jobs in departments which do not overlap should be safe, as well as people working in digital and online banking. With time, though, he thinks some branches could be closed.
I mean, that is, after all, why companies do merge, is to get some synergy effect out of it. So it's quite likely there could be some branch closures, but that would be to the net benefit of the two organizations.
And Amy wants to know, why can't businesses just stay small? Crowley says it comes down to competition, cutting costs, and keeping interest earnings high. Even after this merger, the new bank will still be smaller than others.
Top 4 or 5 banks have roughly $2 trillion in assets. When these two come together, I think they'll have $400 billion. So they're still going to be a big distance away from the very top 4 elite. But nonetheless, they'll be in better shape to compete and provide customer service.
When asked about the chance of layoffs or bank closures, a SunTrust spokesman told me they will keep a strong presence in Atlanta communities, including with branches. And for right now, it is business as usual. The response we received did not rule out, though, the chance of closures. Cheryl.
All right, a lot will unfold ahead.